Hello, it is Thursday, the 13th of October, and I've been wanting to film a reading vlog since Friday of last week, and I haven't done that because, frankly, I haven't read at all since Friday of last week, and not for lack of desire to read, but just because, I don't know, I've been mentally exhausted. Mostly, work has been very busy and personal life as well, and there are so many things on my to-do list that by the end of the day, I just want to stare mindlessly into something that doesn't have a lasting impact on my brain, if I can put it that way. So I haven't been reading at all. I am in the middle of a book and been planning on starting a second one for a few days now. Let me find what I've been reading. Where is it? I've been reading Rise of Empire by Michael Sullivan, and I am not very further in. I haven't updated my bookmark. I read on my Kindle last night and earlier today. By the way, just came back from the gym, and I've been having some neck issues. So in order to give the neck a rest, I've been doing some cardio. I'm not a big fan of cardio usually, but discovered that it helps a lot if I'm reading while cycling. So I've been sitting on the bicycles, the stationary ones, and having my Kindle in front of me, and I've been reading. So I reached like 22% of Rise of Empire, and so far I'm enjoying it. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of Arista, and so far we are having a lot of her point of view to follow, basically, but I'm seeing what Michael Sullivan, I think I'm seeing what he's trying to do. He's trying to make her flawed and then maybe get her to progress, which is a good thing to do. It's just that I find her kind of annoying at times. Regardless, I'm sure she's gonna grow on me. By the way, we have my cats trying to destroy a delivery box. The apartment is a whole other mess. So this has been all over the place, but work has been busy, personal life has been busy, and I found that filming these vlogs actually helps me with my to-do list, and I've been wanting a change too. I found myself looking through apartments these past few days, like other apartments. I'm renting this one, so I've been thinking maybe a change of apartment would be nice. Actually, you probably don't know that, but I live on top of a very, very high hill, and every time I go out, I have to consider whether I really want to do it, because climbing back up is really a struggle. And you might think that I'm exaggerating, but look at this thing. Now, can you see? No, you can't. There. See, I am living quite high. And you might think that the building that I live in is very high. But the truth is that I live on the second floor, the first above the ground level of a building, and my view is this. Like, I don't know if I'm doing a very good job showing you, but I live very, very high, and it's exhausting to me constantly to come up. And I know that's not that big of an issue, but every now and again I'm thinking, hey, maybe it's going to be a good idea to change. And since I've been feeling the necessity of changing my environment, I've been looking for apartments to rent, but the truth is that nothing is as good as this one, and the prices have risen unreasonably, honestly. And so instead of doing something stupid like moving, which I don't know if there's one person on this planet who likes moving, I surely don't. And so I thought, why not reorganize my space? I've always wanted to have the bookshelves be behind the couch, so that I think it's gonna make it a little bit more sophisticated, maybe, I don't know, cozy rather. And I can utilize that space over there to put my work desk, because my work desk is currently here, over here. And all of this sunlight is really, really destructive to my eyes, and it takes a big effort for me rather to focus, and I can't see, and the brightness of the screens constantly needs to be adjusted. All of that is unnecessary complaining just to justify me rearranging my apartment, which I wanted to do, and I think it's going to be for the best. So this is what we're going to do today. The thing is, though, that I still have some work meetings. It's around, 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I have 2 work meetings to attend to, and right after that, I am planning on moving these things around. Now I can wait for the weekend to have some help, but instead of that, I decided to do it myself because I like doing things like that, and it's probably going to be difficult, and I hope I don't do anything to my neck that is unreversible, but we'll try. And in the meantime, my cat is doing a short work of destroying this box. Why are you doing this? Tell me. Explain yourself. I don't think she will. So this is how it turned out. It doesn't look like much right now, probably, or maybe not from this angle, but I really like it. I probably will reorganize the books again. I kind of do that all the time. I already have a vlog of me building this bookshelf and reorganizing all of my books, which happened, I don't know, a few months ago, maybe a month or two. As of the point of filming this video, I will link it in the corner of the screen for you if you'd like to see it. So it feels like I'm constantly reorganizing my books, and I guess that's what I'm doing. But I just can't seem to find the proper place for them. I'm never satisfied. I still think there is a better way to display them, but honestly, who cares? And I think it's way cuter with the couch in front of it. And here in this free space, when I clean it, I am planning on planting my desk. So that way I will only have direct light coming towards me in the evenings when the sun is setting. But at that time, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue because my apartment has an eastern sort of, southeastern maybe, sort of window display. In the morning, the light is coming straight from here. So when the desk is here, it is absolutely impossible to work. And in the evenings, when the light comes from here, also impossible to work effectively. So I think this is going to be a great place for it. Obviously, the apartment looks like a complete mess. The cats aren't helping, but I am going to fix it, and I'm very satisfied with what I've been able to do. I still can't believe I managed to move that big shelf by myself. I didn't have to. I had someone to help me in the weekend, but I don't like to wait when I come up with a plan, and this is what we ended up with. Very happy. Hello, it is Saturday, 5, probably 6 p.m. at this point. I just came back from the gym and I realized I didn't update you on anything. This vlog is complete mess. I filmed like once, twice, probably did some, like quick B-roll shots, but didn't really update you on anything. And some things have changed. For example, I have started reading 2 more books than the one that I have been reading prior to it, The Rise of Empire. Rise of Empire, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me get the books and we'll talk. So, hello. I started reading 2 more books. As I already mentioned, I initially was only reading Rise of Empire, and so far, not bad. I'm not as excited about it as I was about the first one, Theft of Swords, but I am enjoying it just well enough. Here it is. I'm enjoying it more than I was when I updated you initially. I don't know if I mentioned I wasn't having... It's not that I didn't like it, but I just wasn't excited about reading it, and it's somehow still that way, somewhat rather, still that way, but it's getting better. I'm getting a little bit more into the story. We're in the middle of some very interesting action, and Arista has grown on me slightly. We are following her way more than we did in the first book. And, I wasn't the biggest fan. I mean, I don't hate her, but there wasn't much there to really enjoy. There wasn't much really there at all. But I think the author has done some good job of illustrating a nice arc for her. I like it when the author is not afraid of making their main characters flawed, and in this case, Arista definitely is. Also, the story is starting to be more interesting. I'm curious to see where it's going to go. But again, I don't itch to pick it up like I was with the first one. So I don't know what it's about. I just feel like I'm supposed to be reading something else, if I got to be honest. And I don't know what that is, which is why I have picked two other books. And the first of the two is a well-known book to everybody, and I'm enjoying it immensely. And that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have read and reread Harry Potter multiple times throughout the years. I've probably read all of the books at least 5 times. And then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, I have reread probably more than 10 times. I know that sounds insane, but I reread it pretty much once every year. Minus last year. I didn't reread it then, but I reread Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone. And I've been thinking of rereading the rest of the series, but it never comes up to happen. But it never seems to happen. But the other day I was having dinner, and I wanted something comforting to read because work has been so demanding recently, and I was so exhausted, and I just really wanted to feel cozy and to feel nice, and I picked this one up, and it did the job. I'm not very far into it. We haven't even gotten to Hogwarts yet. We're still in the Burrow, but it's just such a lovely time, and I'm very much enjoying it, so nothing else to report here. But I also picked another book, and I don't know how I feel about this one. It's The It Girl by Ruth Ware. I initially wanted to pick The Silent Patient. So I wanted to read a thriller in general, but I wanted to stick to the books that I own, and I don't own very much. Like, I don't know a big number of thrillers. Why I wanted to keep it contained to the ones that I physically own is because I have a physical TBR of 300 books. At this point, over 300 books. And I wanted to get it down to under 300 before the end of the year. And in order for that to happen, I have to read exclusively the books that I own, which is why I had to stick to the thrillers that I have. And I have, like, I don't know, 10, 15 maybe, and I have read a chunk of those. So I decided to read The Silent Patient, but I wanted something that I could listen to as an audiobook on the way to the gym, and then switch to physical whenever I can. And I listen to my audiobooks on Scribd, but they don't have The Silent Patient, and they had The It Girl. And so I picked it up, but I'm starting to think that Ruth Ware is just not for me. I read The Death of Mrs. Westaway like a month or two ago. I have a full review for it. I'll link it here if I don't forget. And it's not that I hated it, but I found it subpar. I found it lacking, and I think that it disappointed me mostly because I expected a psychological thriller / horror, something of that sort, and I got a big mush of nothing. It read very much like a contemporary drama with some mystery in it. And this one reads exactly the same way to me again. I don't find anything thrilling or scary about it. All I'm looking at is a romance and a contemporary style relationship exploration between the characters. And I find that boring. this is not my thing. And there's nothing bad if this is the kind of book that you enjoy. I think it's great that we all like different things, but this is not my thing. It's not for me. And I hate that I'm being sold a thriller when it isn't. But I'm trying to continue reading it. I'm going to give it a chance. I don't want to be too hasty, although I already did talk quite a lot about it and not very flattering, but it is what it is. I think one more thing that really trips me up about this is, besides, the way that the story is written, is the audiobook narrator. Her name is Imogen something. And mind you, she's a great narrator. She's a great voice actor, rather. But the way that she reads this, it sounds like a middle grade book. She narrates it so over much. She puts so much effort, and it sounds like a middle grade book when you listen to it, and it really annoys me and makes the main character sounds even more like a bumbling idiot than she is. And this is one more thing I have a gripe with when it comes to Ruth Ware's books. I have only read 2 so far. I mean, this one including. I have read 1 and this one 2. Both times the main female character is a mumbling idiot. Can't string up a sentence, can't stand up for anything. She has no distinct personality besides I'm clumsy and just nice. I can't really, like, I'm thinking that the author is trying to make her main characters, her protagonists, relatable to a chunk of the audience. But relatability can only go so much. I want to see an arc. I want to see the character start one way and then grow. I want to see a change. I want to see an arc. All I see is things happening to this chick and, her stumbling way through life. It's just, and the interactions between characters are so long overdrawn, with her constantly trying to think what to say and all of that is frustrating to read. Anyway, this clip is very long for no reason. I just received my groceries. I ordered them from the supermarket and they delivered them. So I'm going to put them away and have something to eat. I think I'm going to eat some chicken and then take a shower and sit down and have a little bit of a nice reading session. It's already Sunday morning. I have not filmed a lot these days, I have realized, but I didn't sleep very well last night. I think I got like 5 hours of sleep or so, and I don't know why. I think it might be that I've been drinking a lot of coffee recently, so maybe I'll switch to decaf for a while. Other than that, I have nothing much to update you on. It was a chill evening last night, and today my plan is to read a little bit. I have some work that I need to do in preparation for the work week. I'm going to work on my but rather agenda. And I don't really know what else there will be. I'm planning on also making a chocolate pie. I have never made a chocolate pie, but I found a nice recipe and it features cream cheese, so a favorite of mine. And so I think I'm gonna make that today and do some reading. I think I want to be able to finish one book by the end of this weekend, which doesn't seem very likely because I am like not even halfway through Rise of Empire, not even halfway through The It Girl, and definitely not halfway through Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And while I think I might be able to finish Harry Potter because it's very easy to read. For the other two, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I can focus on one book right now, but I'm gonna. And I'm gonna finish one book, and that is a vow I put today. Maybe not by the end of tonight, but by the end of tomorrow morning. I always like to read before work whenever I have the opportunity. So it's a nice, beautiful weather. I don't know if you can see outside, probably not very well, but it's a good, nice, warm day. I have my balcony door open because of that. And I'm gonna plant myself here, maybe do some work sprints. So yeah, it's gonna be a chill day, and I'll catch you later. Getting to a very interesting point where the main action is about to begin and the preparations for it, the biggest tension in the first part of the book at least so far, and I'm loving this part specifically. Finally, I'm excited about this book. And one more thing is that I find that Michael J. Sullivan has this way of making some scenes so comedic by just putting dialogue in, and I find Hadrian here interacting with the soldiers hilarious. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the something of October, and I am here to finally close off this vlog. I didn't update you yesterday anymore because I was extremely lazy, and I also got myself into a bit of an accident. I got my finger stuck in a nutcracker and almost chopped off the tip of my ring finger on my right hand. Hilarious. But it was very painful for 10 minutes, and then it was fine. I am okay. Nothing crazy has happened. Just, a little bit of an accident. On the bright side, I have done some reading. I am at 50% of Rise of Empire, and we are at the climax of the end of first part, and it's okay. It's good. It's exciting. I guess I'm just not in the mood for fantasy of this sort. So I'm enjoying it, but I could have been enjoying it better had I read it at a better time. On the other hand, the It Girl, I am at 60-something% right now, and I think I managed to guess who the killer is. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's not all I'm gonna say. I think it's not who they initially thought it was, although I don't think he's innocent. I'm going to put it that way. I think he's still guilty, but not of the murder. And then I think I managed to guess who it is because Ruth Ware has a certain way of presenting her killers that it's not obvious. It just follows a certain pattern from the previous book that I have read of hers, The Death of Mrs. Westaway. The characters are very different, by the way. They're not the same in personality, but the way that she presents them and introduces them is very similar. And granted, I have no confirmation that this is the killer, but I think it is him. And so yeah, that's what's going on. I'm gonna finish this book, but I don't think I'm gonna read any more Ruth Ware books after this one. Her writing style isn't my thing. The books that she writes aren't my thing. I just don't like contemporary mystery romantic suspenses, which this I think is supposed to be. Now, enough yapping about that. The last book we're going to talk about again is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I was able to finish it yesterday, and I immensely enjoyed it. I spent pretty much the entire afternoon reading this, and I'm not sorry. I had the best time. I laid on my couch, and I read, and I drank tea, and that was the best way to spend the Sunday and prepare for this Monday. So yeah, all in all, not a bad reading vlog. I had more ambitious goals. I wanted to finish Rise of Empire. My main goal was to finish a book because it's now middle of the month, and I have read only 1 or 2 books. Not counting this one. I don't even remember what I read, but it's been a long time and I've been kind of dragging it around, mostly because of work and mental exhaustion of it, which sounds crazy. It's not that bad. It's just, you're tired. So I think I did well. I'm looking forward to finishing the other books and maybe going into something more spooky. I want to feel the October like, the spooky season like I'm supposed to. I don't always follow that pattern. I read whatever I want, whenever I want, basically, but I feel the season and I want to get a book that's that matches it nicely. So I don't know, I'm gonna think of a read. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'll be very happy to go for those. Maybe I'll read Stephen King. I don't know. I'm a bit of a wimp, but I want to read Stephen King because I want to be a part of the hype. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This vlog has been all over the place, yet I still hope you enjoyed it somewhat. It's how life is sometimes, You have a plan, but it doesn't always work out, and some days you just float around in your habits, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna have a coffee. I'm gonna prepare myself for work and sit down on my desk and start my working week. So yeah, I wish you all a great week. I hope you had a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye. Once upon a time, there was a person who wasn't subscribed to my channel. And then they did. And they lived happily ever after. This could be you.